Hello everyone, this is Kip Hopkins from the Blue Hill Co-op, and today I am here to talk about how to make the perfect Thanksgiving shopping list. This is a method that we usually give out every year in the Bits and Bytes online newsletter just prior to Thanksgiving. It's a tried and true method that yours truly came up with. So this year it's a little different because, of course, everything's a little different this year. We're actually going to be integrating this system with the built-in shopping list feature in our online shopping platform, Webcart. This will work whether or not you're going to be shopping in person at the co-op, or if you are going to be utilizing the online shopping platform and using curbside pickup. As to why you would want to digitize your shopping list, even if you were coming into the store to do your shopping, I have a couple of different good reasons for this. One is that over the years working at the co-op, I have come across countless discarded grocery lists that are half crossed out, and clearly somebody has been doing their shopping and set down their list and then forgot to pick it back up, and they're long gone, and I can only imagine they got home and realized they forgot something important. And we all know the absolute agony of being halfway through making a Thanksgiving dish and realizing that you have left behind one of the most important ingredients. We do not want that to happen to you. And if you have your shopping list on your phone rather than on a piece of paper, it's one less thing you have to bring into the store from outside. You don't have to bring your own pen. You don't have to pick up the pens in the bulk department any more than necessary. So it's just a little bit better for COVID protocol. But the first part of this tutorial, we are actually going to be using a piece of paper and a pen to make the list. So if you don't have a smartphone to bring in with you, or if you just don't feel comfortable with this digitized version, you can certainly just watch the first part of this video and use a traditional paper and pen list. So I've been responsible for Thanksgiving dinner along with one of my sisters for many years now. And this is a method that I came up with for making a really well-organized grocery list that includes every single item that you will need, because I am notorious at forgetting to pick up things when I'm at the grocery store. So lists are very important to me, which is why I really like the list feature of the Webcart platform. So first off, we're going to start with a single piece of regular old white paper, and you're going to want to fold it in half. Start with the right side, and you're going to want to, up in the corner, just write down the different recipes that you're going to be using for your Thanksgiving menu, so that you have a quick reference to make sure that you have got every recipe in your list. Next, you're going to want to make sure that you've gathered all of your recipes into the workspace that you're using, whether or not these come from recipe books or if you have them online. You just want to have them in front of you. And next, you're going to take each recipe in turn and just go through the ingredient list on the recipe and write down on the other side of or on the other part of this half page of paper, each item as you see. And some items you may not need, say you have plenty of baking powder at home or something like that. So just pay attention to what you already have in stock and write out everything that you know that you'll need. This obviously seems pretty simple, but there is a more complicated next part to this. Make sure that for items that you're going to need multiples of, like for butter or flour or things like that, that you're keeping a little tally of how many of them you will need. So for butter, keep a tally of how many sticks of butter you'll need. Use your tally marks. Write down what the unit that you're measuring by is. For onions, write down how many onions you need, how many pounds of different kinds of produce, etc. So just make sure that you're keeping track of volume, because that's the sort of thing where you can be at the grocery store and go, wait, how many cups of flour is it going to take to make 3 pies? So that's just a handy way to keep track of that and between recipes as you go. If you're slightly alarmed by the amount of butter that is on my grocery list example here, this is actually my personal Thanksgiving grocery list. That is because the way that we cook our turkey involves a lot of butter basting. Plus, we make a lot of pies. Once you have completed your grocery list in this basic form, you are going to want to unfold your piece of paper, and then on the left-hand side of the paper, you are going to want to write out the different sections of the co-op that you were going to be visiting in turn. So I started with produce, and I always leave a very large space for produce because that tends to be the one that builds up. Bulk, dairy, baking, meat, the cheese case, and then I usually write other for those things that you find throughout the store that that don't really have more than one item coming out of them. And finally, you're going to take your grocery list from the right-hand side of the page, and you are going to start at the top and move and write the first item into the proper section on the left-hand side. So the top of my list is butter, and then I write down butter in the dairy section, and I count up the tally of how many sticks of butter I need, and I'm buying 2 boxes. So I write 2 boxes there to make sure that I have that properly. And then this is important, I cross off the item on the on the right-hand side of the page so that I know that that has been correctly transferred to the other side of the list. And then I do that for every single item on my right-hand grocery list and categorize them into what section of the store I will find them in. After this is done, I will have a completed grocery list. I can cut the piece of paper in half properly and discard the right-hand portion, and then you have all of your groceries categorized properly to bring into the store with you. Or you can continue to watch this video to see how to convert this into a digital version on Webcart, which you can then carry into the store with you, or you can use to organize your shopping before putting it into your cart on Webcart, so you can work on it over a couple of days, make sure you have everything on there, or you can scout out different products and different categories. Our paper list onto our Webcart list. So to start with, we're going to go to the Webcart website, which is bluehillcoop.storebyweb.com, and then we're going to log into our ownership account. Log in here. And so now we are logged in. Underneath your name here, you can go to lists, and then we're going to add in a new list. So we're going to call this one Thanksgiving 2020, and you can hit enter, or you can hit that plus sign. And now you can see it has 0 items in it, but we've got it right here. So now we're going to take our paper list and we're going to type each item by category into the search bar. So my list starts with red onions, and I'm going to go ahead and put 2 pounds into my cart, into my list. So I'm going to hit this list icon here instead of the cart icon. I'm going to hit the list icon and add to 2020 Thanksgiving, 2 pounds, and that'll put it right in there. So then, if I go back to my list here, you can see it now says 1 item, and there are my red onions. So now I'm just going to go down my list and add in each item, making sure to put it in the list and not into the cart. So next I've got 2 pounds of cranberries, put those in there. And I'm just going to time lapse this so you don't have to see me putting in absolutely everything. Which is cheese, and I have it here under various because I like to shop for my cheese kind of in the moment. So I'm just going to go here to the cheese section and have a look around. So I usually like to have a variety of cheeses. It's always good to have brie. So we're going to add a ½ pound of brie to our list here, and maybe some nice cheddar would be good. Let's see here. Oh, actually, Jarlsberg is always a family favorite, so we're going to put in ½ pound of Jarlsberg. And you can also get other kinds of charcuterie that's listed in here. Some different packaged items if you want to make a lovely cheese board. And we're going to put in something good. I'm going to put in some imported Swiss because that's also always good. Now we've got our cheese in there, and so I'm going to go up here to lists. Click in there, and you can see 29 items, which are all the items from my paper list that I've converted into here. So as you can see, here are all of the items that were added, and you can keep track of them here as you go. And you can also move all of the list directly to your cart when you're ready to check out. So this is a good way to have them all here, and you can adjust the different amounts that you have. You can switch things out. If you go, it's imported Swiss, maybe I should actually get a cheddar. That's a different option. You can remove it. You can put something else in. So that's a great way to kind of refine your list now that you're looking at it all here. So if you are planning on shopping your Thanksgiving list directly on Webcart, you can then move the whole list to Webcart. And you can also, once they're moved there, you can still save the list so it's saved for later. So that's always good as well. And then this is very important. Make sure that you allow all substitutions right here so that if there's any items that we don't have in stock, they will replace it with something else. So say, for instance, the grade A eggs here from Organic Valley. If we're out of those, they will pick a different kind of eggs, so you make sure that you still get your carton. So make sure that you click allow all substitutions, because otherwise we won't know that you are open to having things changed. So then you can also add in item instructions for various items. So say you weren't sure exactly how many pounds of flour the amount of cups that you needed are, you could add in an instruction to say, I need 4 cups worth. Hit save, and that way the person who will be picking out your items has that information right there. But now if you are planning on just using this list function to shop with, I will show you how to access it on your phone. So now we're on Webcart on my phone, and I'm going to make sure that I am logged into my account, which I am. But right along this side here, we can find right at the top lists. And then I've got my 2020 list. Click into here. And now as I'm going through the store, as I pick out each item, which I have handy pictures to remind me what the product looks like on a lot of them. Then as I get each one, I can simply remove item from the list and it'll take it right off. So that's the same thing as crossing off a paper list item, which is great. And I can just remove as I go. And then all I'm doing is touching my phone. It's right here in my pocket. And it's a great way to make sure that it's with you all the time. You can have it here in your phone for a week, and every time that you think, oh, I better make sure that I have whatever, some seltzer water for people to drink. You can easily go into your phone, get some seltzer water, add it to your Thanksgiving list, a couple bottles, and then when you go up to the hamburger menu, click lists, go back to Thanksgiving, you can see that you now have sparkling water right here. So that's how you convert your list and how you access it during your shopping experience. So I hope that this tutorial is helpful for you and that you're able to use this list method to make sure that you're holiday shopping experience is as seamless as possible. And we hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving and a safe, joyous time with you and your loved ones. Have a wonderful day.